Yo, it's your boy Zerk. So there's this kid, Sam Sulek, who looks like if Captain America and a grizzly bear had a baby. This kid is jacked. And the evidence-based fitness nerds hate him. All the people who spend 6 hours a day on Reddit arguing about training volume. Why? Because Sam does it wrong according to their science, and he's bigger than all of them combined. Sam did a podcast where he casually explained why the whole evidence-based fitness thing is bullshit. And he wasn't even trying to. This man was just talking about his training and accidentally destroyed their entire business model.
I think there's people who are gimmicky about it and make it a thing because they know it's like because an older person or an older guy who works out is going to stick to the basics that he know worked for him, which is, sweet. But, it's going to be harder for him to accept new ideas. So for a younger guy, it's kind of this like clout mentality of like, oh, I'm on the new wave train. But some of it's a little silly. I don't think all of it is. So I would never, the point isn't exactly what they're doing, but a lot of the idea behind it, and it's kind of its own subculture, it's very like it's a weird elitism because it's not like it's Chris Bumstead saying like, this is and like their whole thing is, this is right, you are wrong. And like, that sucks. That's not cool. And that's not even true because there's so many people that get so many different results doing so many different things. Like the idea that they're following is, if I'm not perfect, then there's no point. So for them to, just think like, okay, this is actually the solution because this is perfect and this will work. It's a snake oil of an idea.
So they asked Sam about the evidence-based fitness movement. And Sam says, it's a snake oil of an idea instead of a product. Let me break this down, because this shit is genius. What's the idea? If you do exactly what we say, we guarantee you'll get jacked. That's the con, because how do you disprove an idea? You can't. If their program doesn't work, oh, you must have done something wrong. You weren't consistent enough. You need the advanced program now. That'll be another $300. If Sam gets jacked doing the complete opposite of what they recommend, oh, he's just genetically gifted. He's on steroids. He'd be even bigger if he followed our methods. They can never be wrong. The idea can't fail. Only you can fail the idea. And Sam, this kid who probably can't even spell periodization, clocked the whole game in one sentence. Meanwhile, Mike got a whole PhD and didn't figure this out. Now, let me tell you why the science nerds are pressed about Sam. According to their research and studies, Sam should look like shit. Except Sam looks like he ate Jeff Nippard.
But a lot of the idea behind it, and it's kind of its own subculture, it's very like it's a weird elitism because it's not like it's Chris Bumstead saying like, this is and like their whole thing is, this is right, you are wrong.
But here's my favorite part. Sam called out the attitude of these dudes. He said, it's a weird elitism. Their whole thing is, this is right, you are wrong. And that sucks. Bro, Sam is too nice to say these dudes are pretentious assholes. And he's absolutely right. Have you seen evidence-based fitness dudes online? They're the worst. They'll watch a gym bro doing curls and be like, actually, according to Schoenfeld et al. 2019, your elbow angle is suboptimal for brachialis activation, and your tempo should be 3010 for maximal time under tension. My brother in Christ, the man is just doing curls. Relax. It's like if you eating a sandwich and some dude walks up like, actually, according to nutritional science, you should be eating that sandwich at a 37-degree angle with your left hand while facing northeast for optimal digestive enzyme activation. Bro, it's a sandwich. Let me eat. But that's their whole brand, making you feel dumb for just lifting weights like a normal person. Every video is 10 mistakes you're making, or why gym bros are wrong, or the truth about building muscle. It's never, hey, here's one way to train. It's always, everyone else is stupid and we're the smart ones. And Sam, this big teddy bear, was like, yeah, that's lame, and kept it pushing. Meanwhile, these dudes built their entire personality around that elitism. Their whole identity is, I'm smarter than gym bros. Then Sam shows up and gets bigger than them, and they don't know what to do with their hands.
If you do it just like how we're saying to do it, we can guarantee that it will work for you. When really, I think the best guys who work out and lift, just what you call the best lifters, would be the ones who actually, get their hands on their own wheel and learn it for themselves, and then they get a deeper understanding. Because I could read a book about let's say for some reason I was raised in captivity, and I read a book that was like how to act normal. As much as I could read it, it would never translate to actually being a regular guy.
Now, here's where Sam really cooked these nerds and didn't even realize it. He said the best lifters would be the ones who actually get their hands on their own wheel and learn it for themselves. You have to actually do these things to learn. This kid just explained why Mike's PhD is useless. Mike spent years in a library writing a dissertation that even his professors didn't read. Sam spent those years in the gym actually lifting weights. Who you trusting for advice? The dude who read the recipe book or the dude who's been cooking for 5 years? But the evidence-based guys can't admit that, because if experience matters more than education, then what are you paying them for? Mike's whole brand is, I have a PhD, so listen to me. If degrees don't matter, Mike's just another dude with opinions. And that's exactly what Sam proved. You don't need a degree. You don't need to cite studies. You just need to go to the gym and figure it out. But they can't say that. That's giving away the whole game. So they keep pretending that knowing the science matters more than actually doing the thing. Meanwhile, Sam's doing the thing and looking better than all the scientists combined.
Because you have to do these things to learn them. It's a different kind of experience. Because the working out isn't something you can just say on paper. You have to actually become experienced from doing it, and then you'll be different in the future. So to say and even just to say something so blatantly, at least what I would consider at least ill-advised of this is the perfect way to do anything, that's not true, man. You're just saying that.
So Sam says there's no perfect way. But the entire evidence-based fitness industry is built on claiming there is. This is the optimal rep range. This is the maximal effective volume. This is the best program for hypertrophy. They need you to believe in perfect and optimal, because if there's no perfect way, then you don't need them to tell you what it is. If every person is different and you got to figure out what works for you through trial and error, then what are these dudes even for? Jeff's app that tracks every variable? All that shit becomes useless if the answer is just try stuff and see what works. So they can't ever admit that. They have to keep selling optimal and maximal and evidence-based best practices. But Sam knows it's bullshit, and he knows it because he tried shit. That's real science. That's the actual scientific method. Form a hypothesis, test it, look at the results, and adjust. Sam's approach makes you independent, and that's bad for business.
And it's, I think in a way, it's a little bit bringing it down, like I talked about, either raising to the bar or kind of coddling yourself and making it seem like less of a thing. If you bring it and you get serious, you say, okay, the gym is full of guys who really get serious. I'm going to do it and I'm going. Or I'm going to do these things which people said is the perfect way to do it. And it's not, you don't have to go that hard, or you don't have to do that much. Things like that, I feel, is a lowering of the difficulty, but it's argued as an improvement of the efficiency.
Here's what Sam Sulek really represents and why his whole vibe is so powerful. Sam don't give a fuck about what anyone thinks he should do. He don't care that the studies say his volume is too high. He don't care that nutrition science says his diet is trash. He don't care that the evidence-based guys think he's doing it wrong. He just does what works for him and keeps it moving.
But for me, I'm looking at that as though, do you hate working out? If you hate working out, then you want a routine where it's like 1 set a day. Like the ideal, well, I guess the ideal would be 0 sets. Like in their world, it's, I wish there was a pill, like a real, where it's, you never have to work out again.
Now, here's the hilarious part about all of this. The new wave evidence-based training that these guys are selling, it's just old school training with fancy words. Progressive overload, that's just lift heavier weight over time, which is what people have been doing since cavemen. Periodization, that's just don't go hard all the time, which athletes figured out in like 1920. Protein intake recommendations, we've known you need protein to build muscle forever. They just took basic shit that's worked for 100 years, added some scientific terminology, cited some studies, and repackaged it as new and evidence-based. It's like if I started selling scientifically optimized ambulation protocols, and it's just walking. I just called it something fancy.
And this is where my bias could come in, because it's not an objective, like I'm just adding to a conversation. Like I can't say anything completely objective. But from my perspective, like I like it in the gym. If a workout if I could do 20 sets and that was actually like pretty efficient and it worked, that's what I would do. But it's not, because that's like, I'm not chasing a maximum efficiency in a way. I'm half chasing like maximum enjoyment, because I like to be in the gym.
What kills me about this whole thing is Sam didn't even know what he was doing. He went on a podcast to talk about training and accidentally destroyed an entire industry. He wasn't trying to expose anyone. He wasn't trying to start beef. He was just answering questions honestly. Meanwhile, this kid just explained late-stage fitness capitalism in 7 words. He called out the elitism, the clout chasing, the false promises, the unnecessary complication, and he did it all with no malice, no agenda, just truth. I'm Zerk, and I'll see you next time when Sam probably accidentally solves world hunger by saying, just eat food, bro, and the entire nutrition industry collapses. Now, go lift something heavy and stop overthinking it. Peace.